back. It is a beautiful day out. It is, what are we on? 29th of June. A couple of days away from the national show. If anyone's going there, I'll probably see you. This video might come out after the show actually, so yeah. A couple of updates on the pond since the quarantine tank. I'll take you inside there and show you now. Right, what we got? Okay, so I haven't done a lot of filming, but there's been a few changes. Quarantine tank is up and running. Got a varied pump on there, 10,000. Easy pod, and the shower was in there, and so was the kicker soon. However, I've had to use the nose painters and I didn't get any better, unfortunately. Well, no, the sugars, I didn't know what else to do. I took him out of the quarantine, had a look at him. Open sore on the one side, open sore on the other side. His mouth that was infected was completely red all the way through, and it just wasn't getting any better, so I've done the humane thing and put them both to sleep. And since then, the only other issue we've got is, well, come outside so you can hear me properly. The Kajaku had a little raised scale. It's now much worse. Got a bigger sort of open sore to its side. I've had to remove a load of scales, and I've lifted up the skin, got the disinfectant or the tamidine right underneath there to try and kill any germs. And I don't think it's anything internal in the fish. I think I've potentially missed a parasite, or I'm overstocked. My bacterial count in the pond is much higher than it should be. Now, all my water tests are fine, so I can't see any reason as to why I should be having problems other than it's too many fish. Trying to feed heavily as well, and although my filters can cope with it, I just think the bacterial count is tipping the wrong way. So I spoke to Rob at Walker Koi, and he reckons get rid of the salt out of the pond. And I've had salt in the pond for that long. I think, you know what, why not try it? It might help. So the pond is, I think it's down at 0.1% at the moment. I'm slowly reducing the salinity of it. I've got to be honest, they seem a little bit better since I've reduced the salt, so that could have been one of the factors, and they all seem fine, apart from Kashi, which is the Kajaku who's in the QT, but also Betty, the Ginrin Chagoi that I had off Walker Koi. That one, something not quite right with that. It's not eating, it's sulking. I can't find anything on the scrape. Slightly bulged eyes. And the one side of its body is slightly out of shape, so potentially something internal. Again, that could be down to water quality, could be down to bacteria. So all the rest are absolutely fine, eating, seem happy. They seem a lot happier than they were. Obviously we've got reduced amount of fish in there, reduced the feed, take the salt out, and things seem to be okay in the main pond at the moment. So not the best news. We're going to show you inside the quarantine tank. Obviously I could have filmed a lot more since the last video, the easy pod going in, but I've just been so busy trying to get these right that I just haven't had time, so it's a bit of a jump from the last video. This has been up and running now for a few weeks. And having never had a quarantine tank before, I never really thought about it. You don't realise how much work goes into it, because you put a treatment in there, and then you've got to pretty much empty the whole tank, fresh water, because filters are new, so the nitrites and ammonia are high, even though I'm not feeding at all. The levels are high because it's all new. So you're emptying water just so they're not sat in high ammonia. Fresh water in, dechlorinate it, and I'm treating with chloramine tea at the moment. It seems to be doing the job. Took the shaft down from it there, just what I was going to do, and that is now on its side that way, so I've got all my treatments and everything in there out of the way, so it's much neater. And let's see what else we've got rid of that. Looks like a bloody drugstore in here. Got all the old so yeah, there's the Kajaku, you see there. You probably won't be able to see the sore on its side, and the Ginrin Chagoi down there somewhere. I put in a bottom drain retrofit bottom drain, and I've actually sloped the sides of the quarantine in so that all the muck just slides down into the middle, and it's doing the job quite well. It's about 250 gallons, this is 230 gallons of that roughly. Yeah, there's no UV on there, don't need anything like that because it's not in the sunlight. It seems to be doing the trick. So as I said, when I put the other 2 fish in here, I didn't really know what to do with them. I've got a quarantine tank, but what do you do? What do you treat them with? I literally had no idea. You can't get antibiotics anywhere. You're pretty much left high and dry if you've got a problem with your fish like that. I mean, if the usual treatments, you know, treating a wound, you put it back in the pond, and it's even worse. You know, what do you do? Where do you go from there? Without having to keep treating the pond all the time. So this is the way to go, and as soon as I see issues with the fish, they go straight in here now rather than keeping them in the pond, in the main pond. Since the Kajaku's been in here, it seems the source seems to be a lot better. It's not as red as it was. Doesn't seem to be getting worse, which is the main thing, because every time I treated it and put it back in the main pond, next day it was worse. Red scales all around it and what have you. So since it's been in here, touch wood, it seems to be, I wouldn't say get better yet, but it's certainly not getting worse. And he seems quite settled. The other 2 fish that I had in here, they were just sat on the bottom the whole time, but he seems happy enough swimming around. So yeah, the Jaguar, bit of Popeye, no raised scales or anything, no other signs other than just not eating, not happy. So I'm hoping that putting them in here, chloramine tea, try and get rid of any bacterial infections, any sort of parasites that I've missed, hopefully that'll clear it up. The only other thing I wanted to ask, if anybody's got the answer to this question, let me know. I'm having to top this up daily just to sort of keep on top of the parameters with the new filter. I'm having to put fresh water in every day. So I am dechlorinating it with the sodium thiosulfate. Then I put the water in, which gets rid of the chlorine, but then I'm treating with chloramine tea, and I think a byproduct of chloramine tea is chlorine. So by putting the dechlorinator in, does that take away the effects of the chloramine tea? I'm confusing myself. I think you get what I'm saying. Will the product still work even though I've got dechlorinator in there? You know, I'm a little bit confused about what to do with that, because it does say on some places with the chloramine tea, treat with dechlorinate afterwards because of the chlorine that it leaves behind. Not really 100% sure. Either way, it seems to be doing the trick. Nothing seems to be getting worse on the Kajaku, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to save this one. As I said, it doesn't seem to be sulking or anything like that. It's just got the exterior wound. And if I put food in there, he'll take it, but I'm not feeding. Just keep the bacteria down as much as I can. I know it's not perfect to get the filters going, but you know, there's enough. Even without the feed, I'm showing high ammonia, high nitrite. So, don't know what your thoughts are. If you think maybe I should put a little bit of food in, let me know in the comment section. Not really sure. Well, there they are. They seem happy enough. As I said, that wound doesn't seem anywhere near as inflamed or red as it was. So, I don't know, that is the update. It's a very small update. As I say, the room needs painting. Got this big barrel still which I have to buy, which I probably didn't need, but there you go. It'll come in handy, I'm sure. A little desk to do my treatments and my water tests, etc. And I will get the wall painted, etc. and make it a little bit tidy when I get time. I've got so much on, it's unreal. Not sure when this video will go out. It'll probably be after the National down at Coventry. I'm going to take my nephew with me. He's just had his first pond and he's very interested in what I'm doing, so I said I'd take him to the show, show him what it's all about. I feel bad getting him into the hobby, to be honest with you, so I know what problems he's got coming. But hey ho, it's not for everybody. So yeah, that's the update. The quarantine's up and running. I'll say if you've got any thoughts, I'm not really sure about how to run this thing. You know, when they're better, do I put them straight back in the main pond? Do I keep fish in here to keep the bacteria going? I don't know how it works, because obviously every time I have a problem with a fish, I'm just going to have to go in here, but again, it'll be a fresh filter. It'll be new, it'll be disinfected after the last lot. You know, do you keep fish in there to keep the bacteria going? I've no idea. Or do you just keep doing what I'm doing, just changing the water, fresh water all the time? Not really sure. Any help in the comment section, I'll be grateful. Oh, and just another thing. This thing was made solid, as you like. You know, you can see how thick the blocks of wood are. It is absolutely solid. But even with that small amount of water, there's a bit of bowing in the wood there. You can see it's bowed outwards into the middle. You can see that lip there. That unbelievable how much pressure you get in that water. It's not going to go anywhere, it's absolutely solid, but just with that amount of water in there, it's pushed it out a little bit. So I do feel a little bit relieved that I've got it set up, and I've got somewhere now. If I've got any problem fish, I've got somewhere for them to go. I should have had it done in the beginning, but I didn't really expect to run into any problems. So I'm happy it's done. I'm relieved the other two fish have gone. It's a shame. Nobody wants to lose fish, but I just didn't know what to do. I haven't got any pictures of the show. That's the Kikasui you can see in the corner. That's the one that's gone. I did treat that for a small ulcer on its on the back end of its peduncle. Very, very small, couldn't get rid of it. And then when I last looked at it, it was the size of a 10p piece. And I just thought, you know what, there's just no way I'm going to get these fish back. And I've just tried treating. How much do you keep? You know, there's got to be something else behind why they're getting them, to be honest with you. So it's got to be a water quality problem. As I said, no ammonia, no nitrite. It's got to be a bacterial count problem. So I've been using the Virkon. That's been going in pretty much daily. Not since I've been treating with it, since I've done the chloramine tea. I've done the main pond now. I think this is the 4th day. Treating for any parasites that I've missed, and obviously dealing with any bacteria. And they seem to be better for it, to be honest with you. I've never used chloramine tea before. But prior to that, I've been using the Virkon every day, just 1 tablet, just to try and get on top of it. And everything seems to be okay at the moment. I think I'm on top of it. I don't think I'm going to start getting spread into the other fish or anything like that. Poor old, I can't remember his name, I think it's Simon from up north Koi. He's lost most of his fish through a bacterial. I don't think I'm anything like that. I think mine's external. Probably parasites that I've missed because my old lamps are going. I struggle now and I put my glasses on trying to look at the microscope. So I've probably missed a few things and let it go on too long. But hopefully, touch wood, I can get on top of these two and then get them back in the pond, and hopefully things will settle down. The Chagai, no idea what's wrong with it. It's not showing any external signs other than the pop eye. Maybe it's got an internal problem. Maybe it's not happy with the water quality. So yeah, I'm not sure. I'll see. It's only gone in the quarantine tank today. The Kajaku's been in here a good few days. We'll see how he goes in the quarantine tank. If the eyes go back down for a bit, then I know it's the bacterial count in my pond, and I'll know what to do, I think, or at least I think I will. Big shout to Eden Koi. I don't know if you've probably seen his channel before. I've been watching him for a while, and I've sent him a few messages, helped me out a lot, so really appreciate that, thank you. And that's it. Rasta Koi, I've been speaking to him as well. I'll have a chat with him down at the show. Don't really know what to say. It's a pain in the ass. I really felt like filling the pond in, to be honest with you, and I haven't even got the problems that some people have got. Just don't have the time, and I didn't anticipate how much time this was going to take. You know, every day coming back, emptying this, filling that one up, but filling this back up, it's just non-stop. Wouldn't be so bad if I could just leave this alone and put treatment in, but because nitrite and ammonia levels in there, I'm having to keep changing water. So hey ho, such is life. I'm going to keep going. If I have any more problems, if it starts going to other fish, then I'll just fill it in, and that'll be the end of this channel, which is a shame, but I don't have the time for it. I am trying my best, but like I said, it's just so time consuming. You know, if I'd known it was taking this much time before I started, there's no way I'd have started it up. And of course the cost. Everything's so expensive nowadays. You know, this is all second-hand stuff. Second-hand pumpers now. The filter was second-hand. Bottom drain second-hand. Obviously bought all the wood. But we're looking at nearly 700 quid for all this. You know, just for the fish that died. The show was about 40 quid when I bought it. The Kikasui, 95 quid. And I'm spending nearly £1,000 just to save a couple of our fish, which is absolutely madness, but you know, that's what we do. We don't, you know, care for fish and stuff like that. You can't just let them die. That's the way I am anyway. But I do feel a bit relieved they're gone, because because I just was lost with them. And I'm waffling now, so let's go and have a look. Nothing to show you in the filter house, really. Last time we were in here, I think I had the Tempest up and running. That, with that, I've put this black thing on here, it's like a weed cover. That was completely black inside. Don't know if you can see in there now, it's clear. As soon as I put that on, stop the sun getting at it, it's crystal clear. Turn this up, in bed. It's all working fine. Got a few bubbles in there since the chlorine went in. Turn it up to 50%. So I'll keep it at 50%. I have reduced the feed down in the main pond massively. Probably doing 3 or 4 feeds a day instead of 7 or 8. So less fish, less feed, less crap, less ammonia, less everything, and hopefully that bacterial count will come down and tip to the right way. I said the strange thing, all of the other fish absolutely bang on. They're hungry, they're active, they're all fine. Incidentally, the Easter shower that I had from the grown show, which is not a grown show. Yeah, grown show, but never heard anything since. A bit strange. Exclusively koi. Get your shit together. Lost all its Benny. It was completely red on its head. Actually, go and show you a picture, and then we can see if we can get it on the screen. So that was the Easter shower. You can see how much Benny's on there. It's quite a dark fish. I can't remember when I had that, but it's meant to be a growing show and we haven't heard anything since about it, so that'll be the last growing show I do. And let's see if we can get it in. So if we can get it close up, I'll show you that it is pretty much a Shiro now. There's a very much small amount of Benny on the back. Let's see if we can get them to come over. Pond's just topping up at the moment, I've just done a filter clean. I'm going to go over. Let's sit down and try and get him to the window. Kindai shower from Quenny Coil on the left here, that was doing really well, putting on some weight. You see the Sumi coming through as well. They're all doing great, because not showing any signs of any problems. NND Shiro's putting on some size as well. This Hitsuri, the tail rot, that's completely cleared up now, gone. As you can see, there's nothing on the back. It's even growing back. So, and that's without any treatment, that's just with the heat in the pond. Or say heat in the pond, the ambient temperature, which is the heat has helped it a lot. Here's my Kinmatsuba, absolutely stunning. And here is the Easter shower, middle of the screen. There's it, that one there. Tiny bit of Benny on the back, but the rest of it is completely gone. It is pretty much a Shiro. So I've got 3 Shiros in the pond now. Not sure if that'll come back. Anybody knows the answer to the question? Will the colour come back on that one? I don't know, it could be to do with the heat in the pond. Will the Benny come back? Or will it always be a Shiro? Who knows? As you can see there, the all stereos on the left hand side. There's two Shiros, the NND and then the Easter shower. Is it still called a Shiro if all the Benny goes, or do we still call it a shower? A Bennyless shower? Who knows? Let's see if we can get it better. Mixing the Kindai shower. see anything going on. The colours on that field too. Come over this way. So it's happening now in the middle of the screen. I cannot believe how much colour that has got. Typical Biden. So that's it folks, that's the update. Things are kind of going okay. Had some tough times, like I said, but I think we're on top of it. Fingers crossed that these will be alright. And it's either overstocking, too many fish, too much food, too much bad bacteria. If we reduce all that, hopefully we'll have a pond that functions properly without too many problems. I think I'll probably put this video out today, which is a couple of days before the show, so if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and I hope you're all well. I'll see you down at the koi show in Coventry on the 1st, I think it is. Yeah, I'm going on the 1st, so take care of yourselves. I'll see you down there.